Hello and welcome to Miniature Adventures. I'm Big Lee and today I'm going to talk about tidying up to get more done. How to improve your hobby productivity by being better organised. So today's video is a little bit of a cheat because I'm revisiting a subject that I did way back when I started this channel off in April 2020. When my subscriber numbers were in the tens rather than the hundreds. So the vast majority of current subscribers probably never seen this particular video. So I thought it was rehashing it, bringing it a little bit up to date, streamlining it a bit and doing the subject again. So, watch any hobby video channel like mine and you'll find some idiot on it telling you that you can be more constructive with your time. Painting, building, playing, researching, following idiots like me on social media. They're all laudable pursuits. However, I do still remain a firm advocate of one often overlooked activity, tidying up. The painting desk is the nerve centre of your army building operation and should be suitably organised to make the best of the time that is spent there. So I firmly believe that timing is key. Any time is a good time to organise yourself in a way that is more productive. This is particularly true if you don't have a dedicated room or man cave to keep all your stuff in. A good tidy up is cathartic and is never ever a waste of time. And an organised workspace automatically improves productivity, in my opinion. Never believe anyone that says that the bomb site that is their desk is organised. They may claim they know where everything is, but it's very rarely true. So your painting desk, depending on your circumstances, could be anything from a tray to a fully set up workstation in your own room. If you're lucky enough to have a permanent painting desk like I do, you shouldn't squander the opportunity to be better organised. For the painting table, I think you need your most used items very close to hand. So in my case I have a range of basic tools, a selection of my most used brushes for instance, and selection of particular glues that I use on a very regular basis, and of course paints, all in direct line of sight and pretty much on my work surface right in front of me. These are all arranged so that I can access them quickly and easily with the minimum of disruption to my workflow. Next there are what I call the desk tools, tools like craft knives, tweezers, needle files, essential everyday equipment that you shouldn't need to hunt around for. Ideally you should probably narrow down your most used brushes from a dozen of old friends. In my case I have 3 or 4 high quality brushes to do detail work, 6 other sable brushes for general use, block filling, that sort of thing, priming, and 3 or 4 dry brushes of various sizes. Whatever is in your essential tools, your brushes or paint, they need to be front and centre on your workspace, in direct line of sight and easily accessible. And then there's the less used stuff, slightly less used items that don't need to be on the work surface but do need to be close to hand. So in my case I have a drawer underneath my desk, there's some storage in it. It's immediately below my work surface, very easy to access but it's out of the line of sight. And in here I keep my slightly more specialist tools, craft saws, hand drills, sculpting tools. I also store a ready supply of consumables here, so things like green stuff, craft sticks to mount models on, milliput, putty, spare blue tack, wire, all those sort of things that I'm going to need on a reasonably regular basis but not all the time. These are items that I want to be able to access quickly but don't need to be occupying my immediate work surface. I want them handy but they don't need to be cluttering up my desk. And then I have a load of stuff that's stored away from the desk itself. Anything else that isn't used on a regular basis is stored in boxes or trays or on racking in my room. Similar items are grouped together, all boxes are clearly labelled so I can find them. Yes, I'm a geek, I can't help it. It means that they're all easy to find, easy to read, and in some cases colour coded. Yeah, I know. Typically I would store my reserve supply of paints there, for instance, inks, cans of varnish, primer, building materials like spare cardboard and foam board and other things that I've collected in case they might be useful. Rather than having boxes of junk everywhere, it's all sorted out and ready so I can find stuff quickly when I have a moment of inspiration. Not only does this mean I can find what I'm looking for easily, it also means I can instantly see what my stock levels are like. I never accidentally run out of varnish ever again. Here's something I'd advocate: a clear desk policy. It's an idea that I taken from the Workspace, obviously. It's something I've always done in my job, making sure that at the end of the day everything is put away and my work area is clear and tidy. Obviously in an office environment, a bit more professional, obviously you'd do that, but actually I'd advocate doing it on your paint desk as well. I can't work in a mess, and if I did, I wouldn't get anything done. What I do at the end of each of my days, I take a long time to keep tidied up so that things don't get out of hand. Because if you just leave a little bit of mess each day, before long your desk is a complete disaster zone and everything's getting in the way and you're going to get in a mess. A clear desk policy basically means that you're going to just try a little bit harder at the end of a painting session. Just a little bit of a 5-minute tidy up when you're finished, just to make sure that everything goes back in its place. The paintbrushes are cleaned and put away, tools are back in the rack where you left them, any consumables are put away, and pretty much the only thing left on your painting desk perhaps is your models ready to get started with again the next day. And sometimes I'll clear out my water tray or clean my dish that I use for mixing my paints on. All of those sort of things, sweeping up offcuts and shavings, etc., and flock, and I can get rid of all of that. Got a little Hoover in here actually, that's really good for cleaning the desk. But a little brush will do. Just making sure that all of that mess is cleared away. Put all my paints back in the rack where they belong. It's a quick glance can tell me, oh look, I'm running out of that colour. I need to make sure I put that on my order list. This is also the time period when I do a clean. If I know I'm not going to be painting for a few days, I'll always get my brushes and give them a good clean. I use a brush soap, so I'll do that at the end of this clear desk moment. This whole process literally only takes a few minutes, but it means that when I want to restart painting the next day, a couple of days time, the following week, doesn't matter when, I have a clear workspace and I can resume immediately while the inspiration is with me. Now our painting stations, our desks, our man caves can all get a little bit messy at times. It's inevitable. It happens to all of us at one time or another, but keeping things tidy and organised not only helps us to keep a workplace efficient, it's also a good way of clearing the decks mentally, preparing ourselves for the next painting session. So, do you agree with me? Do you have any good tricks and advice for organising your hobby space that you'd like to share? Or do you think I'm just being particularly anal? I don't mind if you tell me that, because I know I'm a little bit weird. But I advocate for it because I do think it helps me get ready for the next painting session. But what about you? What do you do in your workspace? So as always, I'd say please join the conversation in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and share. And if you want to keep up to date with weekly content from this channel, please tap the bell notification icon. So until next week, stay safe, keep gaming, tidy up, and of course, keep rolling high.